Hello everyone. Today we're going to try some experimenting around with rear traction. So I picked up this Reved sway bar that I'm pretty sure will fit on this. And I picked up these Yokomo weights that I'm going to throw on the rear lower control arms. Hopefully the sway bar should give us some little bit added traction, as well as these weights over the rear wheels, bit more weight, getting a bit more traction. I still do want to weight balance this car. Um, I'll probably do that this video actually. Get this thing on the scales and see where I want to put weights. I do have spare like wheel weights and kind of similar stuff to that, but for sure I'm gonna do these two. And yeah, I'm gonna get started by cracking this thing open because I'm really looking forward to this. And then we'll go ahead and do this next. I'd like to thank Casa Drift for providing the parts for today's video. Obviously, there I got some Reved parts. Guys, got a bunch of wheels, bunch of bodies, A Plastics, Addiction, Yokomo parts too, Shibata parts. I know you can get AccuVant stuff, um, more Reved stuff. If you guys are local, obviously, come pick some up. And if you guys are, out a couple states away, hit him up on Facebook. He will ship it to you. So, for example, you want something from Bingo, hit Casa Drift up on Facebook. He'll take your order. He'll take what carbon fiber, section you want. I know he's got like a sample thing. So yeah, here. Bunch of samples. Bingo has a ton of options. So if you guys want something, hit Casa Drift on Facebook. He'll send it out to you. So yeah, once again, thank Casa Drift, and just check them out. So after opening the package, this is what you get. You get two sway bar sizes in here. Some ball, actually, nope, they're in here. Ball studs, and then bunch of screws and washers and all that, as well as mounts. And then this, I think it's a transmission case. Obviously, I don't have a RDX, so I won't be needing this part, but I think I'm going to need a lot of this stuff here. Now, the two sway bars are different thicknesses, and then there is a third thickness that's an optional buy, which I'm tempted to get as well. But I think for now, I'm going to do the thicker sway bar, and I believe that is the triple one right here. So we're going to try to install this one, and we're going to kind of follow the instructions, but obviously we're going to do the changes that we need to do because this is not an RDX, this is a Galm. So I got the sway bar in there. You can see it right there, and it is lined up in that kind of hole in the transmission casing, I guess, right there. And then it goes right up to the front of where the alignment, I don't even know what that's called. It goes right to here. You guys see what I'm talking about. But yeah, it does look like it is rubbing on the shocks slightly. Let's see. So I might just take a spacer and space out these shocks a little bit, and that should kind of fix that issue. Not too big of a deal. And then we should be good on that. But yeah, we're just kind of following the instructions here on just about everything else aside from that transmission cover. So I'm going to have to do this part right here. See, focus. There we go. Gonna have to get that locked in, and obviously get those ball studs up in the front of part of the arm. And then there's some more instructions on the back. Let's see here. Yep, I'm gonna have to do. She does not want to focus today. Okay. Yep, gonna have to do this and then this part. So I don't know if fully we're gonna have to do this part or not. Simply because these will already kind of be secured in there once the ESC plate's back on. But we'll see if it's necessary. So I grabbed some spacers for the shocks for the lower part. I did want red ones to kind of match up top, but I don't know what I did with my red ones, so I might have to order more. I do have the shocks disconnected, by the way. But we're going to go ahead and continue following the steps. I'm going to put the shocks back in once we're kind of all done. And then if they still rub, I'll go ahead and I'll put a bigger spacer in. But yeah, so looks like the next step right here. Oh, this is 3 and 4. Number 2. All right, so we're gonna do this step right here. So I got these little I don't even know what to call it, these mounts together. Pretty simple. Then there's a set screw in there as well, as you can see. And then I got the ball stud in the arm as well. So that's pretty cool. And just gonna go ahead and put these on, and then we're gonna go ahead and link up the sway bar. So I ran into a bit of a roadblock. I was doing some research on how just people have kind of mounted theirs and everything and all that. And turns out I will need 2 of these. And if we look at the Reved one, as you can see it on the Reved, it's mount right there. And that kind of keeps the bar still and not wiggle around and all that. But in here, that hole is a lot bigger than this sway bar. So what people do is they have 2 of these, and they go on the inside. Let's see, can I get, there we go. So they mount one on the inside right there, and then on the other side, right there. So, like I said, I got another one on order. That should be here pretty soon, but I'm gonna keep going with the rest of this stuff, and then later in the video, I'll probably cut back to this, or I'll just cut to finishing this, but the car will already be weight balanced. So whatever I decide, you guys will see. But chronologically, well, how I'm recording, we're gonna go to weight balancing next. Alrighty, it is future me by like 2 or 3 weeks. Last time I recorded was, I think, December 18th or something like that, and it is now January 1st. So just after the new year. But I did get the piece I need in. Well, it's installed already, but see if I had the bag. But so if I needed 2, and obviously the kit only came with 1, so I had to get an extra one in. And then Beto from Casa Drift ordered me the extra one, got that in. Get us all set. And I also got the thicker sway bar as well, the 1.2. And then obviously we have, I think, the 1 and the 0.08, whatever the sizes are. I just decided a thick one in right away because whatever. But as you can see, very minimal clearance between the axle. Shouldn't rub because it should only really be going down and up slightly. It's got to go up a lot in order to rub, so not too worried about it. Same thing on this side. Very little clearance. But yeah, got these pieces in here. And obviously, because it's been a while since I've had this car, obviously I've been running with this and all the weight stuff I've done. And the car's been feeling pretty good. Actually, it's been feeling pretty grippy. I think at the end of this video, I'm going to just show driving clips with the sway bar. So just look out for that. I think I recorded something else for the end of the video, but I'm going to replace it with driving clips. And yeah, so I'm going to see if I can set up my phone a certain way. But if I kind of, yeah. So if we look at the sway bar, kind of in there, if you can see it, see focus, you can kind of see it twisting. Let me zoom in a bit. Hold on, give me a second. One-handing right now. Perfect, there we go. Yeah, you can see it twisting there when I lift up the other end, which means it is working, I think. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll be at Casa tomorrow. I'm gonna try this sway bar out, see if I feel a difference, see if I don't. His hairs are kind of shot in my opinion, so we'll kind of see. I'll put new ones on, not too worried about it. But yeah, we'll go ahead and continue on with whatever I previously recorded, which I don't remember. Grab my scales. I got the little mounts off of the ball studs, and I went ahead. Where's my flashlight? Kind of see it. Here we go. I put the weights on. Now, obviously, these are for Yokomo arms and not Overdose arms, so they don't exactly fit properly, so I kind of had to shimmy them around. When I bought them, I was under the assumption that they were flat, but that is wrong. These are the 20-gram ones. The 5-gram ones are flat. So that kind of threw me off when these came in, but that's okay. We'll make them work. So those are screwed on back, on there pretty tight, so they shouldn't move. And it doesn't interfere with anything at all when the suspension moves and anything. I checked that. The suspension's pretty stiff to begin with, so it shouldn't even be moving that much. But even if it does fully drop down, it won't touch anything, so that's good. But yeah, so I got the scales, and then also I picked up this, and we are going to rotate where the servo sits, and I'll kind of show you guys that too, just as a little bonus. And then got some weights right here. So I'm gonna get the scale set up, and we're gonna see what's what. Alrighty, so I got the car on the scale, and this is what we're looking at for weight right now. Front, left, and right compared to each other, it's kind of way off, which is surprising considering everything looks somewhat symmetrical. I'm not sure. And then same thing with the rear. I guess at least they're heavier on opposite sides of each other, so it kind of helps with the cross weight a little bit, but I don't know, not really too much. Um, but yeah, it's a very noticeable difference per, which I find surprising considering how symmetrical everything is. So the left rear, what is that? Almost what is that? 70, just under 70 grams difference per side, which is kind of wild. I don't know where that 70 grams is coming from personally. Maybe because the ESC is shifted over to the left side on the ESC plate. I don't know. And the same with the front, almost over 30 grams on the right side, which the front is like damn near perfectly symmetrical. So it's got to be something. I don't know. But I guess this is what we're working with. I do want to get more weight in the rear. I've noticed, at least with this car compared to my MST, it rotates a lot easier. So I'm okay with adding more weight to the rear to get more traction. And I'm sure the rotation of it will be fine. And if I need more, I can always tune the servo and all that, and the gyro. Now, I do have the body off currently, so I'm going to put on the body. The Supra, by the way. And this is what it looks like with the Supra on it. And that is heavy. 1500. This is a pretty heavy body. I weighed the body on its own. I'll show a picture of it on the screen right now. But this is a heavy body. And the body is also slightly front weighted, which ain't that too big of a deal, but it does kind of even out the front a lot better, which is nice. But the rear is still off by, what is that, 60 now? I don't know. I'm gonna try to load up the rear with some more weight, see what happens. And then I'll cut back to you guys once I get it to where I want it. Now, this is where we currently sit. I added some weight on the rear ESC mount in the back. I don't really want to add too much more because SDC limit is 1100, and I'm 25 off of that. And I know some scales read slightly differently and all that. So I'm gonna keep it there. I guess tomorrow we'll go to Casa and test out, see how it is. But I think this should be good. Honestly, well, how much did I add to the rear? 40 for the control arm weights, and then another 20. So I added 60 grams to the rear. Might make a difference, might not. I don't really notice a ride height difference or anything, so I don't think it'll be too dramatic. I wish the left to right was a lot better. I'll have to play around with that, and hopefully it doesn't affect the rear weight. But I'll worry about that on a different day because that's gonna, take hours and whatnot just to kind of play around with that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mount that servo mount for you guys. So that'll be pretty cool, getting the servo to where it needs to be. So I got all the pieces out. The instructions look pretty simple on how to do this. So I'm just gonna follow them. I'm gonna do this stand-up way, by the way. And then we'll go ahead and get the servo mounted up. I do got to get it off though real quick. So, and then after I do this, I'm probably going to have to redo my endpoints, which is not that big of a deal. And then I also got this aluminum servo horn. So yeah, go ahead and I'm gonna get the servo out. So I got it all built. It's gonna sit like this in the car. Now it's looking pretty close. If I'm gonna need spacers or not. If I do, I do. If I don't, nice. Um, but we will see. And hopefully I can still fit it in that middle spot I had it. Um, I should be able to, but you never know. And then I'm gonna plug this in, make sure this is centered, and then I'll throw this on. So unfortunate news, this is too tall. Rubs on the chassis right there. Obviously it's too tall at that too. That kind of stinks. I was hoping obviously that it wouldn't be. I guess I got a cool servo mount now, but yeah, just kind of sucks because I was hoping to run it kind of differently, but that's okay. I'll just set it back to how it was, and then I'm gonna actually look for an aluminum servo horn. So that was the main reason why I did this, because I wanted to run the aluminum servo horn. But I can't. So I gotta get an aluminum servo horn, it looks like. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I guess at least we got the cool mount. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in, and then that'll probably be the end of the video. So I got it set up in there looking nice. Redid my endpoints, and I actually gave myself a bit more camber, very, very slight. I didn't change my toe, so we'll see how that goes, but might have to change my toe. I'll try it at Casa. But overall, half successful video, at least of now recording. I don't have the sway bar on yet, but I'm pretty sure future me probably showed you guys the sway bar install. And that went great, right? I hope it went great. But yeah. So this thing looks nice in there, and then got the extra weight in the back now. Going to the track tomorrow, so we'll see how it kind of performs. And here we are at Casa Drift. I do have Max driving for me. Thank you, Max. Really appreciate it. But yeah, so I have the what's it called? The sway bar installed, and I am on really old tires right now, and I actually feel slightly more gripped up. If anything, nothing changed, but I do think I feel more gripped up, which is kind of nice. So hopefully this helps out. MDL round 2 is in like 2 days as of recording this. So we'll kind of see how it performs there with nicer tires. I do have nicer tires on me right now, but I don't really feel like changing them. I'll wait till after MDL. But yeah, I'm super happy with how it's feeling right now, and I think it was actually a worthwhile upgrade. I'm also kind of tempted to try the other, I guess, the sway bar sizes to see how the sway bar sizes feel. But I think I'll just stick with the thick one for now and try some changes at a later date. But it is feeling really good, and I am super happy with the changes. Forgot to record an outro, so I'm recording right now. And ooh, look at that wall ride. Ooh, looking good. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video and found this information useful. And if you did, leave a like, leave a sub for more stuff. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day.